Money mistakes can silently sabotage your future, and most of us are never taught how to avoid them. Navigating personal finance feels like a maze, with pitfalls like debt traps and overspending waiting at every turn. Schools don't teach money management, leaving millions to learn through costly trial and error. But here's the truth: breaking free from bad money habits can transform your financial life, paving the way to stability and independence. Drawing on over a decade of experience in finance, accounting, and investment banking, I'm unpacking 9 common money mistakes that hold people back and sharing actionable strategies to overcome them. Let's dive in and take control of your financial future. Habit 1: Paying yourself. Last, one of the most transformative concepts in personal finance is the order in which you handle your money. Too many people fall into the habit of paying themselves last. Picture this: you receive your paycheck, and the first thing you do is pay your bills, rent, utilities, subscriptions, maybe a car payment. Then, you fund your lifestyle, dinners out, weekend trips, or that new gadget you've been eyeing. By the time you're done, you look at your bank account and realize there's little to nothing left to save. Sound familiar? This approach is a recipe for financial stagnation. The problem with paying yourself last is that it prioritizes everyone else, your landlord, your utility company, even your favorite coffee shop, over your own financial future. Over time, this habit leaves you with no savings, no investments, and no safety net for unexpected expenses. It's a cycle that keeps you tethered to living paycheck to paycheck. Now, let's flip the script. Financially successful people follow a different blueprint. They pay themselves first. This concept, popularized by Robert Kiyosaki in his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is a game changer. Here's how it works. As soon as you receive your income, before you pay a single bill or spend a dime on anything else, allocate a portion of that money to your savings or investments. Treat this transfer as non-negotiable, just like your rent or mortgage payment. A good starting point is to set aside at least 10% of your income. If that feels too steep, start smaller, say 5 cents, and gradually increase it as you adjust. The key is consistency. By prioritizing your savings, you're building a financial buffer that can grow into investments, cover emergencies, or fund future goals like buying a home or retiring comfortably. Over time, this habit creates a foundation for wealth building that puts you in control. So how do you make this habit stick? First, automate the process. Set up an automatic transfer to a dedicated savings account the moment your paycheck hits. Most banks allow you to schedule recurring transfers, so you don't even have to think about it. Second, treat this savings contribution like a bill, non-negotiable and essential. Finally, adjust your budget to live on what's left. This might mean cutting back on non-essential spending, but the trade-off is worth it. You're investing in your future self. Habit 2: Getting comfortable with bad debt. In today's world, debt is everywhere. Credit cards, buy now, pay later schemes, and personal loans are marketed as convenient ways to afford the lifestyle you want. From daily necessities to holiday gifts, it's tempting to swipe that card and worry about the bill later. But here's the harsh truth: getting comfortable with bad debt is one of the quickest ways to derail your financial progress. Bad debt. Think credit card balances, high interest personal loans, or financing for depreciating assets like cars, comes with a steep cost. The average credit card interest rate in 2025 hovers around 22%. That means if you carry a $1,000 balance, you could end up paying $220 in interest annually, and that's before late fees or penalties. Credit card companies thrive on your financial mismanagement, offering rewards and perks to keep you spending while the interest piles up. To break free from this habit, adopt a simple but powerful rule. If you can't pay for it in cash, don't buy it on credit. This mindset shift forces you to live within your means and avoid the debt trap. Start by paying off existing high-interest debt as quickly as possible. Use the snowball method, paying off smaller balances first for momentum, or the avalanche method, tackling high-interest debt first to save money over time. Both strategies work. Choose the one that motivates you most. Next, build an emergency fund to avoid relying on credit for unexpected expenses. Aim for 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in a high-yield savings account. Finally, use credit cards strategically. If you must use one, pay the balance in full every month to avoid interest. By staying disciplined, you'll keep debt from sabotaging your financial goals. Habit 3, not knowing your income and expenses. You can't manage what you don't measure. Yet, surprisingly, many people have no clear picture of their income and expenses. They might know their monthly paycheck amount, but have little insight into where their money goes. This lack of awareness is a major roadblock to financial control. Without understanding your cash flow, it's impossible to make informed decisions about saving, spending, or investing. One sneaky culprit that thrives in this blind spot is lifestyle inflation. As your income grows, maybe you get a raise or a better job, it's tempting to upgrade your lifestyle. A bigger apartment, a fancier car, or more frequent vacations can quickly eat up your increased earnings. Before you know it, you're still living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher level. To combat this, start tracking your income and expenses meticulously. Use a budgeting app like YNAB, Mint, or a simple spreadsheet to categorize your spending. Review your bank and credit card statements monthly to identify patterns. Are you spending $200 a month on takeout? Could you cut back on subscriptions you rarely use? Knowing your numbers empowers you to make intentional choices, redirecting money towards savings or investments instead of lifestyle creep. Habit 4, having expensive hobbies. Hobbies and leisure activities are essential for a balanced life, but expensive ones can wreak havoc on your finances. Whether it's frequent shopping sprees, dining out multiple times a week, or collecting high-end gadgets, these costs add up. For example, dining out twice a week at $50 a pop totals $5,200 a year, money that could fund an emergency savings account or kickstart an investment portfolio. The goal isn't to eliminate fun, but to find a balance that supports your financial goals. Start by auditing your hobbies. Which ones are draining your wallet? Can you swap expensive activities for more affordable alternatives? For instance, instead of dining out, try hosting a potluck with friends. Instead of buying designer clothes, explore thrift stores or capsule wardrobes to save money without sacrificing style. Another strategy is to explore additional income streams to support your hobbies. A side hustle, like freelancing, tutoring, or selling handmade goods, can provide extra cash for leisure without dipping into your savings. The key is to enjoy life while keeping your financial priorities in check. Habit 5, over-focusing on saving money. Saving money is a cornerstone of financial health, but it's not the whole picture. Many people obsess over cutting expenses, clipping coupons, hunting for deals, or skipping small luxuries like coffee shop visits. While frugality is valuable, there's a hard limit to how much you can save. Once you've trimmed your budget to the bone, you can't save anymore without sacrificing your quality of life. The real game changer is focusing on earning more. Unlike saving, which has a ceiling, your earning potential is virtually limitless. Consider investing in yourself to boost your income. This could mean negotiating a raise, acquiring new skills to qualify for a higher paying job, or starting a side hustle. For example, learning to code, graphic design, or digital marketing can open doors to freelance opportunities. Alternatively, invest in the stock market or real estate to generate passive income over time. By balancing saving with earning, you'll accelerate your path to financial freedom. Habit 6, paying too much in taxes. Taxes are often your largest lifetime expense, yet many people pay more than necessary because they don't understand the tax system. The wealthy know this and work with professionals to legally minimize their tax burden through strategies like corporate structures, deductions, and tax-advantaged accounts. You don't need to be a millionaire to optimize your taxes. Start by educating yourself on tax-advantaged accounts like an individual savings account, ISA, or Roth IRA. These accounts allow your investments to grow tax-free, shielding dividends and capital gains from the IRS. For example, contributing the maximum to a Roth IRA each year can save you thousands in taxes over decades. If you run a small business or freelance, consider operating under a business structure like an LLC to take advantage of deductions for business expenses. Always consult a tax professional to ensure you're maximizing deductions and credits available to you. By being proactive, you can keep more of your hard-earned money to invest or spend on what matters most. Habit 7, waiting too long to invest time is your greatest asset when it comes to investing. Yet, many people wait too long to start. They might feel they don't have enough money, lack knowledge, or fear market volatility. But every day you delay is a missed opportunity for your money to grow through the power of compounding. You don't need a fortune to start investing. Even $100 a month in a low cost index fund can grow significantly over time. The key is to diversify your investments across safe options like bonds or ETFs and riskier ones like individual stocks or real estate to balance risk and reward. For example, a diversified portfolio might include 60% in a broad market ETF, 20% in bonds, and 20% in growth stocks. Leaving money in a standard savings account is a losing game. Inflation erodes its value over time. In 2025, with inflation averaging around 3%, $1,000 in a bank account will lose $30 in purchasing power annually. Start investing as soon as you have a small emergency fund in place. Use platforms like Vanguard, Fidelity, or robo-advisors like Betterment to make investing accessible and low cost. Habit 8. Ignoring the power of compounding. Compounding is often called the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. When you invest, your money earns returns, and those returns generate more returns. Over time, this snowball effect can turn modest savings into substantial wealth. However, compounding needs time to work its magic, which is why starting early is critical. Consider two people: Alex, who starts investing $200 a month at age 25, and Jamie, who starts the same amount at age 35. Assuming an average annual return of 7% by age 65, Alex's investments would grow to about $526,000, while Jamie's would reach only $228,000. That 10-year delay costs Jamie nearly $300,000. The lesson? Start investing now, even if it's a small amount. The earlier you begin, the more time compounding has to work. Habit 9. Lack of financial goals. Without clear financial goals, it's easy to drift through life, spending without purpose and missing opportunities to build wealth. Goals give you direction and motivation, whether it's saving for a house, retiring early, or funding your children's education. To break this habit, set smart financial goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to save money," say, "I will save $10,000 for a home down payment in 3 years by setting aside $278 per month." Break your goals into short term, 1 to 3 years, medium term, 3 to 10 years, and long term, 10 plus years, to stay focused. Review and adjust them regularly to stay on track. Breaking free from these 9 bad money habits: paying yourself last, relying on bad debt, ignoring your cash flow, indulging in expensive hobbies, over-focusing on saving, overpaying taxes, delaying investments, neglecting compounding, and lacking goals, requires awareness and action. But the rewards are immense: financial stability, independence, and the freedom to live life on your terms. Start today by picking one habit to tackle. Maybe it's setting up an automatic savings transfer or tracking your expenses for a month. Small steps compound into big results, just like your investments. As you build better money habits, you're not just managing your finances, you're building a brighter, more secure future. Thank you for joining me on this journey to financial empowerment. Take these lessons, apply them, and watch your financial trajectory transform. The path to wealth starts with a single step. Take it now.